Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to yet another episode of Golf with Your Friends. It's the usual four of us here playing the Twilight map this time.
Whoa, no need to get too excited there, Barack. We're just starting the game.
Sorry, I just haven't won this in a while, and I'm excited to finally prove myself as a proper competitor.
Actually, I'm the one who's going to be proving myself. I haven't won since the deep map, and with this hole-in-one that will start my success.
Okay, so you got a single good shot, but that doesn't mean you'll end up winning the entire game.
If you keep playing like that, then you definitely won't be winning the game.
Donald, barely half a minute has passed. Nobody needs to be assuming that the first hole is going to dictate how the entire rest of the courses will go.
Perhaps you're right, but it's definitely going to be filling Ben's ego, and we don't want that to be happening.
Better my ego to be filled with facts and logic like usual instead of your stomach being filled with 6,000 calories daily.
Ooh, Donald, are you just going to take that roasting he just did?
I wouldn't say I'm taking it necessarily, though. I will try to be the better person and not let his remarks get to me.
That's the best way of going about it. I wouldn't want this to become too serious of an issue, regardless of how funny Ben's remarks are.
Yeah, I apologize, Donald. I did go a bit too far earlier. I didn't mean for it to come across the wrong way. Of course, that doesn't change the fact that I'm going to still dominate all of you in this golf match.
Especially if he keeps falling down instead of getting it into the hole.
Hey, it's not like you or Joe have it in now either.
But I do have it in now, as will Joe in a moment, granted later than we should have, but still ahead of you.
Come on, Donald, I know you can do this. You can catch back up. I retract my previous confidence in your abilities.
Shut up, Joe. This hill is rigged against me.
Donald, this is only the first hole, and this is one of the worst starts I've seen of our golfing matches. You immediately have a lot to make up for, and I don't know if you can do it.
Oh, you just have to give the Donald time to warm up?
And just like that, Donald is already 5 behind Ben. Since he got a hole-in-one, I can't imagine it getting better unless Ben absolutely falls apart.
Thank you for your insightful commentary. I wasn't watching for the past 2 minutes, so I'm glad you're here to recap things.
I'm not planning on messing up my lead, so I'm playing it safe by going to the side, as I think going up the hill is too risky.
Perhaps you could have made it closer than you did, but was otherwise a solid shot.
And just like that, Donald proves why I had the better idea by missing completely, because he isn't good at the game.
Okay, we get the point, Ben. You're ahead, but that doesn't mean I'm bad at the game.
You are 5 points behind, so you do have a lot to make up for, though.
And would you look at that? It's Barack back to mess up again, which makes him fall behind even further.
Perhaps Donald was right, Ben. You really don't need to rub in the fact that some of us aren't catching up right now. We got the idea when you did your hole-in-one.
Joe, if you try a different way, then you might make it in sooner, but don't go up that hill.
I was expecting that to go much differently.
That's what happens when you don't listen to me. You fail like Barack and Donald did before you.
Hey, Ben, don't mess up.
I would have definitely made it in if you hadn't distracted me. But of course, you have to play dirty and use my enhanced listening skills against me.
No, that was just only skill, and I'll be promptly making it in. And after all that gloating, I still made it in before you.
Oh no, the guy who got 5 worse than me, the first hole got ahead of me very slightly this time. Maybe if the game goes on for 6 more hours, you'll have a chance of getting ahead.
At this rate, I'll just keep falling behind. I don't think this strategy is working as well as I thought it would have.
And I have no good angle to work with, but I don't think we'll be falling behind Ben at the very least.
Assuming you don't mess up any more than you already have, which is a big assumption to make. You would be tying me, so I guess you'd be right.
That does give me a bit of confidence since there's still a lot of time left to get ahead.
Wait, I thought you said you weren't doing that strategy anymore, but now you're falling behind even more. You can't let your confidence, no matter how small, get to your head.
By all means, if it eliminates the competition, then let it get to your head. I don't mind at all.
As much as I don't agree with his wording, you really did become overconfident on getting it up on that hill. You kind of did that to yourself.
Hey, Donald, at least now you're sharing last place with Barack, so you don't have to be lonely all the way back there now.
Oh, don't you worry. I'll be getting out of last place very quickly. My instincts tell me you're not staying in first.
Since this hole is simple enough, I am making the decision to skip slightly further ahead now.
Hey, don't use explaining video cuts to the audience as a distraction from the game. You know you're going to stay in last place without any hope of getting even third.
Goodbye, Ben. I'll see you later when I start caring about your input.
You know what? I'm not getting involved in this fight between you two, as it's just going to place me further behind. I'm just hitting it in now.
I agree. I'm staying out of this as much as I can.
Hey, if you want to fight, then I'm glad to participate since I have the points to spare. Meanwhile, you're officially in last place now, and you only inconvenienced me.
I'll let you go for now, but don't act like this is over. I'll just fall further behind if I keep at it here.
Oh, I see you can't even finish the fight you started. That's fine, since I know who's going to win this game, regardless of who keeps sabotaging me.
Ben's lead is starting to go away, but that won't matter if Barack and Donald are too far away to make any real progress.
Hey, Joe, don't mess up.
Why are you trying to get me to mess up? I thought you needed Ben to fall behind.
I do, but I can root for both of your downfalls at the same time.
Let me show you how a real golf master does this.
Were you supposed to be the golf master, Barack? Last time I checked, I think the last win you had was in the first video. I didn't realize the title of master was handed out so easily.
Well, the goal for that is to change during this course, but honestly, I don't know if I can do much at this rate.
I'll just get a hole-in-one if nobody minds.
Joe, I need you to hit my ball into the hole since you're behind me.
I think I hit it too hard.
Genius level analysis by Joe Biden, everyone. What would we do without him?
Actually, I think I can still make it in just fine from here, so it's not what I wanted exactly, but it's the next best thing.
Oh, this one really didn't go well for me.
We already knew, but thanks for the confirmation anyway.
And would you look at that? Barack is still in last with my lead, only growing as time goes on.
Actually, you are still 5 ahead of last place, which is where you started, so you're still doing well, but your lead isn't growing.
Wow, Joe is using facts and logic. I never knew this day would come. Maybe if you keep doing that, you'll have a microscopic chance at beating me.
I hope my shot there was good enough. I'm not sure of the right angle to get this in.
If you simply do what I just did, then you'll have a great position to make it in.
That was complete luck, Ben. You had no way of doing that on purpose.
Oh yeah, let's see if you can do better.
I will right now.
Oh, really? Since it looks like you went out of bounds and didn't make it even close.
Yeah, I'm trying Barack's way. Donald, yours wasn't good.
Are you all being this bad on purpose? It's like none of you even want to be on the board at all, much less first place.
Sorry we can't get as lucky as you can. This would be a lot closer of a match if luck wasn't in your favor. Like the first hole-in-one, and then this hole placing you right next to the hole.
Your shot from further away was way more lucky than mine. You are definitely just projecting at this point.
Hey, Donald, don't mess this up like last time.
Since he's just copying me, he will be fine.
Nah, it was my golfer's instinct that had me do the optimal path, which was the one you did by coincidence.
I'm just going to do that too, if you don't mind.
Honestly, I'm so focused on Ben right now that I don't care if you do that to get ahead a little bit.
And of course, I do the same thing, but I'm further away.
Don't worry, you can still make it in there. I was in a similar position and got it just fine.
In theory, yes, it is possible for him to make it in, but when you consider reality, he is not making it in the optimal amount of shots.
I can do it. I'll just need one more, then we can all move on.
Yeah, move on to Ben getting lucky again, since that's all he's been doing this entire time.
Like I've said before, and we'll probably have to say again later on, I only have skill, no luck at all needed.
No, it's definitely luck. There's no way he can make a good shot here with skill.
Don't believe me. Just watch.
Hey, look, everybody. It's Lucky Ben with another shot that had no actual effort put into it, only the game just handing the win to him.
Hold up, everyone. I had an idea. If I angle this shot right and get enough speed by falling down here, I can make my way through and get even closer to the hole.
Wow, Joe really is using facts and logic. We'd have flying cars in America right now if he's been this smart his whole life, but no. He has to be 80 before he comes up with anything good.
No, I just remembered to take my pills right before we started playing. I doubt it'll last.
Well, I know you're not really competition at this point, but if anything, we need to focus on Ben, since he's the one who keeps getting lucky.
Focus on me all you want. You'll just be watching me stay in first place with nothing you can do about it.
Perhaps he's right, guys. No matter how much skill any one of us may have, he's just going to get really lucky, and we won't have any chance against him. But it's not because of his actual skill level.
That is most definitely fake news, and you know it, Joe. What do I have to do to convince you that it's not luck and play here?
Be in last place.
Wait, how is that going to prove anything?
It won't. I was just hoping he would fall for it.
If you all can stop speaking nonsense, then maybe I can actually finish up this hole. It's taken a while longer than I'd hoped for at this point.
Honestly, it wasn't even that bad. We only got one behind.
That's just more distance between myself and the rest of you. I see no way this is turning around anytime soon.
Just wait, my instincts have never failed me, and now let's see Lucky Ben get handed another good shot.
Wait, are you serious?
Hey, everyone, it's Lucky Ben getting ahead since the game favors him. Who would have guessed that?
No luck, all skill, that's what I do best.
I don't know, guys. This is getting kind of demoralizing no matter how well we end up doing. There's simply no way we'll get as lucky as he is, so I don't think there's much chance of any of us beating him now.
I'm glad you're finally catching on. Once the other two of you give up, then this will be another sure victory for Ben Shapiro.
No, Ben, that's not how we do things here. I've been at the golf course once or twice before, and the main lesson I've learned is no matter how difficult things get, you're never completely out of it. Unless you're Joe, of course.
Wait,
who was
what?
never in to begin with, but since I'm not Joe, I know if I stick around here and keep myself focused, that's all that I need to beat you, regardless of the luck you get.
That's just loser talk and my luck. I mean, skill is going to keep me ahead of your fairy tales you call a victory.
Come on, Ben. That was pretty inspirational. Or at least more than anything else he's ever said, so it's something.
I don't care how inspirational it is. This is all just coping with the fact that my superiority is showing.
Hey, I don't mean to rush you two, but can you finish up soon? I have somewhere to be after the 12th hole.
Yeah, we'll be done soon. Where are you going?
Oh, not a lot. Just my daily routine of going to the store, buying some vegetables, fruits, protein bars, and gardening equipment.
I'll give you a more accurate translation. He's going to McDonald's to buy a Big Mac, apple pie, double quarter pounder, and a room with Stormy Daniels, probably.
Hey, I was only going to do a few of those things. Why did you have to give it away?
As soon as you mentioned buying healthy items, that's when we knew you weren't telling the truth.
Was it that easy to tell?
Yes, also we all got hole-in-ones, so we're skipping ahead a bit for the viewers.
Hey, at least I do things in my day. Joe probably stands in the Oval Office with a blank stare for the first 6 hours before he realizes he's still alive, and then it takes another 3 to remember that he's the president.
That's not true. I stood there for only 3 hours yesterday, which is a new record.
And would you look at that, Ben goes first and gets a good shot to the target that he's never seen before, since that's been happening the whole time.
Why can't you just accept that I'm actually good at this game and that it's not just me getting lucky?
Oh, I've just been messing with you for a while. I know you've been improving your skills. I didn't know how long you were convinced I was only making a joke out of it. Granted, I do think it's odd you've gotten so many great shots in one course, but I do really think you have more skill than luck in this case.
Wait, really? Now I kind of feel bad for being insulting earlier. I didn't realize you were just joking.
If it makes you feel any better, I really have been thinking you're suspiciously lucky. That wasn't a joke for me.
I don't really feel better in the way you intended, but you tried, so I appreciate it.
And would you look at that? Barack gets the target on his first try ahead. The game just keeps giving you the victory with no skill involved.
Joe, we were supposed to be doing that to Ben, not me.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot who was who for a moment.
How could you forget that? We look nothing alike to each other. I thought even you could remember who we are.
Donald, I'm not really sure what you're expecting out of me at this point.
Yeah, I guess that is my fault in a really strange way.
Joe, if you don't mind, can you stop missing your shots? It'll take us all day before we're done at this rate.
Oh, my mistake. I'll try to get as lucky as you've been the entire time, then I'll be done.
I thought we already went over this, Barack, and I know it's all because I'm great at the game, not because of this alleged luck you keep talking about.
Nah, fam, that was definitely cap, you know? You're not being straight 100 with us, for real, for real?
Joe, was that your attempt at trying to sound like the youth? Because it's really not working out. Frankly, that bothers me more than Ben's insults at this point.
Sorry, I was just trying to connect with the youth of America, but maybe it's not working out.
No, it really isn't, but you are right about Ben not having all this skill he thinks he has. I bet on our next match he won't be able to keep all this up.
Sorry, Donald, I can't hear you. Since you're all the way down the scoreboard, my ears aren't used to hearing from that long distance.
Come on, can't you admit that he's doing fine on his own? There's no reason to get at him like that.
Nah, I don't know why you're defending him now. You were sabotaging him earlier, but now you're suddenly on his side, though it's typical for a Democrat to flip-flop when their strategies aren't working.
Shut up, Donald. You flip-flop on if you're going to eat a Whopper Big Mac or Baconator every day, and then you end up choosing all three.
Oh, look, everyone, it's Lucky Ben back at it to get ahead yet again.
No, the only thing the game is doing is making me go first each time since it knows I'll have the best shots.
That was a pretty good shot, but I'm surprised the game didn't just start you in the hole at this rate.
Are you going to try to do the same as Ben's shot?
Nope, I'm going for a different path to victory, though I'll admit I'm not making it as far as I thought I would.
You're in a strange position now, and you pretty much have to keep going on the path at this point.
Thank you for pointing out the obvious. I don't know what I'd do without you.
You'd be much worse off, I'm sure, but I'm taking Ben's strategy as I won't be falling behind like you will be at this rate.
That's a good strategy. You won't win, but you might end up in second place.
I got a genius move. I'm going into the water on purpose and will bounce onto the part Donald is aiming for.
Wait, are you serious?
That worked perfectly except for that part that didn't, which was all of it.
Are you ever going to stop using that catchphrase?
Only when it stops being funny, which is hopefully never.
That doesn't matter. I'm still making it ahead, which is something Donald and Joe can't relate to since they're bad and Barack is slightly less bad, but still not good.
Hey, I'm making it over. I still have a chance.
Yeah, I'm making it over at a snail's pace. If this were a solo game, this video would be about 5 minutes maximum.
Okay, I know I was defending you earlier, but you don't need to let your ego get the best of you.
Maybe if you had an ego, you wouldn't have missed, like you just did, but I guess that's asking for too much. Even when you copy me, you're still worse.
Okay, guys, no more funny business. It's time for Joe to shine today.
You're a little late on that, but good job for finally making some progress.
Too little, too late, even second place is just a dream for you at this point. One of many dreams you have daily.
Thank goodness he finally made it in. Maybe he will stop gloating for a few seconds so I can think.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Since I don't have anyone boasting in my ear about how great he is, I can make this shot in with no further complications.
That was well done. Definitely better than me at this hole.
Oh, hey, Barack. That went perfectly except the part that
shut up
didn't,
right
which
now.
was all of it. Glad to see you're still not learning.
Don't take my catchphrase from me. I worked really hard on it that one time, and I'm not having anyone else copy me.
Don't let him get the best of you now. He's just trying to get you mad and unfocused.
Oh, please, he doesn't need my help to fail. He can do that on his own, no problem.
Nah, I'm gonna make it in this time. You'll see very soon.
Okay, good. It will have only taken 3 attempts from that same spot, which isn't great at all.
Can we just finish up this hole so we can be done sooner?
Yeah, I'll be in on this shot.
That's an odd way to make it in.
He didn't make it in as he's bad at this game and likes failing.
Well, that explains his failing presidency.
And there's Barack up with yet another miss who didn't see that one coming.
I had to account for that small hill, and that's what caused me to fail. Otherwise, I would have made it in.
Face it, Barack. The amount of excuses you make won't ever stop the fact that I'm way ahead with no chance of failing.
If I can keep myself ahead, I can maintain second place with minimal issue.
What do I do here?
I think you're supposed to be like Joe's approval ratings and fall really quickly.
Oh, hey guys, I forgot to mention earlier I had a story I was going to tell. Is now a good time?
I tend not to listen to you in general, so I don't care either way.
I do not approve of your story.
Glad to hear it. It was a long time ago when I was in the town called Arrakis. I was with my friends Uglier Joe, Paul, and Duncan. We were going across the desert to take some property from this stranger named Vladimir Harkonnen. But then all of a sudden we started getting attacked. These worms were coming out of the ground and separated everyone. Uglier Joe got hit in the head by a bowl of spice, which made his eyes turn blue. Duncan got cornered by the worms and was stabbed. Paul managed to get away and became the ruler of the desert.
How do these things even happen to you?
Wait, I'm not finished. Paul got revenge on Vladimir and became the ruler of the galaxy. Duncan got cloned a few thousand times. And Uglier Joe became the ruler when he turned into a worm himself after Paul died. As he turned into a worm himself, the end.
Joe, that was just a really general version of the first few Dune books, and you messed up a lot of the details. How is it that you keep imagining books as things that actually happen to you?
I don't know why you're trying to convince me these things didn't happen. I know I was there, and it's just a coincidence that authors are also telling stories about things that happened to me.
Joe, your stories are nonsense, but thank you for hitting my ball down further earlier.
And no thanks to Barack for hitting my ball away. I'm sure he had good intentions with that.
If by good intentions you mean sabotage, then yes, I had good intentions.
It doesn't matter since I'll be making it in with no problems as normal, unlike all of you.
It looks like you're just going near my ball, which isn't very close to the hole yet.
I think if you get the right angle, you can make it in from there.
I've got this.
Yeah, Donald, you've really got this. If you use your imagination a little bit more, maybe you'll convince yourself that I'll lose.
Okay, it wasn't a good shot, but I'm still able to make it in next time.
I didn't quite make it in, but I'm the closest at least.
All right, guys, it's time to show you what I'm made of. It's Bidening time.
Hey, Joe, glad to have you here.
I did not mean for that to happen.
Watch and learn from the real expert boys.
Why is it that none of us can actually make it in when it seems so easy?
We just have to stop overthinking this.
Yeah, you got this. I believe in you.
Oh yeah, I knew I could do it.
We'll skip ahead now since we all made it over.
Are you like using my golfer's instinct to tell that to the viewers?
Your golfer's instinct is a scam just like you, and you know it.
And that's what happens when you mock the Donald.
You know what I learned from my earlier sabotages? I'm just getting into the hole. I want no part in whatever this is.
That's a good idea. I'm heading in there now as well.
Donald, why do you think your sabotages are going to make any difference? It's not like you're going to sabotage me out of first place. Even if I get a 14, you're still probably not going to catch up.
Nah, I just know it messes with you.
Okay, fine, then do it again. If you're so confident in yourself, bet you won't. Heard you wouldn't.
I'll prove I can just watch this.
Ha, I knew I could bait you into wasting a shot. The part near the hole angled it, so you'd go flying up instead of hitting me, get wrecked. That's what happens when you're unsuccessful.
But do you want to know who is successful? The user and overswim guy who donated in the last golf video? You're way better than Donald's sabotage attempts.
Yeah, I'll admit it. He is great for giving support to us.
To show our thanks, Donald is going to mess up again for entertainment because that's all he's good for.
Wait, I didn't agree to that.
And yet you missed anyway. How did you even manage to come back up like that?
This really isn't my day today.
Don't worry, it's not Joe's day either.
Come on now, Barack. This pachinko game is really difficult. If I can't even start, then I don't see how you're going to make it all the way down safely.
I just do that and make it, although I would have liked to go down the middle, I'll take what I can get.
Hold up, my instincts are telling me something. Lucky Ben is going to be handed the victory by one more stroke of luck and make it right down the middle for a hole-in-one.
Well, what do you know? Your instincts aren't a complete scam after all, but we all knew that was going to happen.
I guess first really is a dream, but if I get down, maybe I'll achieve second.
I'm not too sure about that one.
I think even with that happening, I can still be just enough ahead to stay out of third and fourth.
I guess if I miss again, then maybe you will, but I don't plan on losing this right now.
Hey, Joe, glad to have you join me. Are you ready to finish this game so Donald can go to the store or McDonald's?
Yeah, I suppose I have to write out some important policies or something. I don't know what I do most of the day.
Wow, Joe doesn't know what to do in his day, big shocker. Next, you're going to tell me that he doesn't know where he's at.
I know where I'm going in a moment, and that's right in the hole.
Guys, before this is over, I did want to apologize if I got carried away. I hope there's no issues with that.
Now, you're all right. You played a great game and nobody even got close to first.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
I'm glad to be done, but thank you all for watching as always.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And peace out, people.